So if you were like dating before, the blow up of TikTok in 2020, whatever, things have changed. And,
social media.
And it changes all the time. And it's only been getting worse. Okay? It's only been getting worse. Anybody in the chat right now that's out here dealing with modern day women, you guys know exactly what I'm talking about. But these TradCons have zero clue. They think women are still the same as they were back in the 1950s, and they're not. And I'm going to get into some of the reasons they're not here. I took some notes. What's up next? The next one, right? So next, we got a clip here, right? My boy Justin. I think that's the next one, right, Bills?
Justin Waller.
Yeah. This is him, right? And this girl, Lila Rose, presses him. That's another reason why I put her on this thing to come in and debate. And she does exactly what a bunch of girls do on this podcast. Let's roll the clip real quick.
Can I ask you one more question?
Fire away, honey.
Okay. If you have only one place in your heart for one woman, or you want to have one woman in your heart, I think you said, why don't you just commit to one and choose to be faithful to her?
I'm just not wired that way. I spent my whole 20s trying to fix myself. Thought something was wrong with me.
You're a man of self-control. You work out, you do business.
Yeah.
You can possess your own power and direct it the way you want to direct it. It's just not how I am. It's not how I am. You think that might be a limited mindset?
I think it's none of your business, but I don't want you to think I'm triggered by you. I'm not.
Okay.
I saw somebody say that, and I think that's interesting. I think you're annoying, but I'm not triggered. You know what I'm saying? No, you are. You're annoying in like this goody two-shoes type way, and that's fine. I'm going to live my life on my terms, unapologetically, like truly. So you can ask me this 85 different ways. At the end of the day, I'm going to walk out of here the same man.
Can I ask you one more question?
All right, pause.
Fire away.
See, so here's the thing. For any of you guys that know Justin in real life, he's really like that. He's
100%.
really like that. This guy's a man's man, extremely successful, extremely masculine, takes care of his wife. She doesn't got to lift a finger, takes care of his family, takes care of those around him. Built up a business, and he's not a fucking influencer. The guy runs a very successful steel company and has made millions upon millions of dollars. He doesn't need social media whatsoever, and I think it's ridiculous that his YouTube channel got taken down when he makes really clean, positive content. Barely even swears, barely says,
support him in
talks
these times
about women,
because he is taken down right now. Unfortunately,
he gets it back.
But
But
we'll
the guy in good shape, was Division I athlete. Like, everyone should strive to be like Justin, man. He's like a big bro for me. Like, the guy is he's a fucking man's man. And here's the thing: when you're a man's man, you don't explain yourself to. Okay. Now here's the thing: I'm black belt with dealing with these 304s, so I could easily sit there and do the judo with her and let her know what type of time it is. But the thing is that Justin doesn't sit there and explain himself to women.
Yeah.
Okay, right? It is what it is. That's why I was like, hey, I'm not wired that way, etc. But here's the thing, right? If you guys can see here, what did she do? Right? She did a typical tactic that a lot of these girls say. Well, you're a disciplined guy. You have self-control, blah, blah, fucking blah. Why don't you go ahead and put self-control with the women, whatever? Hold on a second. Okay, bitch. How about you take your self-control and date a guy that's 5'5", makes $30,000 per year, talks like that when he speaks to you, and has yellow teeth. How about you give that guy a chance? Because I'm sure he has a great fucking personality. You use some self-control and go ahead and not be as selective. Oh, you don't want that. Oh, you have preferences. Oh, you have standards. Oh, okay, cool. Well, bitch, I got standards too. And that's what fucking pisses me off, because this is what I want you guys to know about how females debate and how a lot of them try to fucking sit there and shame you. They will sit there and keep their fucking standards high. They'll say, I want a man that makes this much money, this tall, etc., blah, 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 blah. I want my man in shining armor, and I deserve it just because I got a fucking, my name is Lila, right? But if you say, well, you know what? I will become that fucking man. I will make that money. I will become successful. I will have the whole world know who the fuck I am and respect me for the fucking accolades that I've created, right? But just like you have standards where you want the best man, guess what? I got standards too. I want the most women. And you should fucking be able to do that shit as a man, because you have to bust your ass, and life is way harder for men than it is for women. But they expect you to sit there, right, and conceal your wants and needs, but they'll never conceal their wants and needs. Think about that for a second, guys. They want you to sit there and be the better man, be the bigger man. You go ahead and you settle for just one chick when you had to bust your ass just to get that one fucking chick, but she would have never settled on you if you had not been the fucking guy that you are. That's the fucking crazy double standard that they try to sit there and put you and try to shame you with. Fuck that shit. Fuck that shit. I'm here to tell you guys right fucking now. If you bust your ass and you go to the gym and you make money and you do all this fucking shit and you fucking get it through the mud like most of you guys have to fucking do, right? And then a woman has the fucking gall, the audacity to try to tell you, reel it in, just have one girl. Fuck out of here. Because bitch, you wouldn't have picked me if I did not bust my ass to become the man that I am right now. Okay? I'm here to tell you guys, be the fucking man and enjoy the spoils of war. Enjoy what the fuck you built up and be able to enjoy the benefits that you built up. Don't ever let no fucking bitch that didn't fucking work and go through the fucking ringer to get what she got tell you how to deal with what you fucking earned, because they didn't earn shit. That's the reality that females don't want to fucking tell you. They're given their value up front. You must earn your value down the road. So don't let someone who gets their value up front tell you how to dictate your fucking value. Fuck out of here, man.
If you notice, right, that one statement she said, why don't you have self-control to control yourself, right? What is that telling Justin? It's telling Justin, you know what? Follow my plan. And by default, you follow her plan, what happens to you? She's leading that interaction. She's in control. Versus, you demand decide, okay, I want to have 1 girl, 2 girls, 4 girls, 5 girls. It's up to me. I'm making that choice. Versus, no, do it my way. It should be this way. But again, like you said before, bro, if you're going to work on yourself and become a man of value, do what you want to do. But following her plan is an L.
Fuck no, man.
Yeah.
And don't let women shame you, because they will do that tactic that she just gave.
If you're a real man,
Yeah.
you will do X, Y, Z.
Yeah.
Oh, if you're a real woman, you do the same shit, right?
Here's the thing.
It's crazy.
Look, guys, I want you to look for certain code words. Anytime a woman says, if you're a real man, translation, whatever I say after this is going to put you in a position of disadvantage while simultaneously putting me in a position of advantage.
Agenda.
All right? Yeah. We're going to translate the fucking womanese for you guys, because a lot of you guys are in a relationship or dealing with some fucking bitch right now that does this shit to you and shames your dumb ass because you don't know better.
Yeah.
Anytime a girl says, if you're a real man, right? Translation, the next part of that sentence is going to be something that puts you at a disadvantage while simultaneously giving her an advantage. What is she really doing? She's saying, why are you going ahead and getting other women, right, when I'm right here? But the reason she says that is because she doesn't want you to have other women. Because guess what happens when you have other women? You start to not give a fuck. You start to realize, she starts to realize that her value and her power over you is diminished. And she realizes, oh my God, I have to work for this man's validation now. I have to work to keep this guy around because he can replace me anytime. And guess what? Women are fucking lazy. All right? They're fucking lazy most of the time. This is why they're not in hard labor work. This is why they prefer to stay at home with the kids. This is why they don't work as hard as men in general. They don't put in the same amount of hours, etc. They're fucking lazy in general. So the thing is, the reason why women want to get married so much is because they want to be able to sit there and not put in the fucking work to attract you anymore. Guess what? You got to keep that bitch on her toes. And you keep her on her toes by staying attractive and being able to replace her at any fucking time. So they will sit there and try to shame you and say, if you're a real man, XYZ, never fall for that shit, because they're trying to take the advantage in the relationship. Understand, guys, that every single intersexual dynamic relationship between a man and a woman is always a game of chess. It's always a battle between the two to maintain leverage, because one party must like the other party more than they like them. That's how every single fucking relationship works. Your job as the man is to make sure that she always likes you more than you like her, not the other way around. But women are going to try to chip away at your fucking armor all the time and try to say, oh, if you're a real man, you wouldn't have other women. If you're a real man, you would do X, Y, Z, blah, blah, blah. Why? Because she gets the advantage when she does that. If she eliminates your other options of other females, she knows that she has no fucking leverage. And women don't have leverage. Guess what they have to do? They have to work for your attention. They have to work for your validation. They have to work to be with you. And most women don't want to do that. That's why they walk down in that fucking white dress, get married, and then be able to collect anytime they divorce you, because they know that they don't have to maintain themselves. Why do so many fucking bitches become fat after they get married? Because they know that you ain't going nowhere. Once a woman gets comfortable and knows you ain't going nowhere, that's when disrespect comes. That's when the talking shit comes. That's where even where some of the domestic violence might come. And I've showed a study on that women are actually larger perpetrators of domestic violence than men are. Yeah, I fucking said it. It's the truth. Women absolutely start more domestic violence, and anytime that there's domestic violence and there's only one way, women are always more likely the perpetrators than the men. But the reality is, society will never fucking tell you that. They'll always say that the men are the perpetrators, the men are the bad guys, the men are the assholes, the men are the pigs, the men are the dogs. No, it's the females that are the perpetrators anytime there's one-way domestic violence. And if you don't believe me, there's a reason why fucking lesbians have the highest levels of domestic violence out of any relationship.
Uh-oh.
Okay? But they don't want you to know this shit in mainstream media, do they?
Nope.
Okay? Guys, this is what I'm talking about when I say the red pill. This is just about having the knowledge of how female nature works and everything else like that. It's about knowing how the world really fucking works, the shit that they don't want you to know. They don't want you guys to know this type of shit. They don't want you to realize your own value, and they're always going to try to shame you, because a man that knows his value is the most dangerous thing on fucking earth, because women can't manipulate you, other people can't manipulate you, and a man that stands on his own 2 fucking feet, on his own 10 toes, no one can stop him. That's why they always go after the fighting age males first. That's why they know if they want to destroy society, they go after the men first. They don't go after the women, man. Nobody gives a fuck what they're going to do. They can't fight to defend themselves anyway. It's the men, guys. So don't sit there and let any of these people shame you, whether it's through religion, through society, through morality, through, well, you have self-control, you should be able to do, shut the fuck up. I had the self-control to build up this kingdom. Now I want to enjoy the fruits of my fucking labor. I busted my ass to get to this point. Ain't nobody gonna fucking tell me how to spend my fucking value that I had to create. Don't let women shame you, guys, because whenever they shame you, 9 out of 10 times you're doing something right that puts them in a position of disadvantage while you simultaneously have the advantage. And the only way that you're going to have the advantage in dating in 2024 and beyond, or any type of relationship with a female, is the ability to replace her. And they don't want you to be able to do that.
Don DeMarco.
Yeah, man.
Don DeMarco.
I'm on one today, man, because these TradCons don't fucking get it, bro. They really don't fucking get it, okay? And I'm going to talk about why things have changed so much here in a second. But I had to respond to that clip because it's been pissing me off. Because women do that shit all the time. They try that dumb shit. Why don't you just have one girl? Blah, 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 blah. It's because they get the leverage when they know that they are your only source of sex, guys.
You made a good point, though. Justin doesn't want to argue with these girls 100%. That's why he
don't like to debate them.
He didn't go in. I don't blame him, bro.
Yeah.
I don't blame him at all.
Yeah. Like what he did, actually, is the correct way to deal with women in real life. What he did.
But on the podcast.
But on a podcast, you have to debate these bitches. But my thing is, excuse me, normally, in real life, you don't have a discussion like that with a female. Like, I'm not going to fucking explain myself to you. Mm-hmm. And that's what I'm trying to tell y'all. Like, he really is like that. That's how he is. I'm not going to explain myself to some fucking woman, right? But on a debate, obviously, you're supposed to do that shit. So I'll go ahead and I'll do that. Mm-hmm. But Just is just like that. Just is what I would call like a natural. You know what I mean? Just naturally masculine guy, naturally red pill guy. Obviously, played athlete. He was a athlete in college. Like, he's just naturally that dude. So he just, what was his instinct? Speaks, don't explain. You know what I mean? So, but obviously for the purposes of YouTube and entertainment and all this other shit, you have to be able to debate these 304s back. And that's what I'm trying to say is that I could see through the language. I could see through the nuanced language that she's using of she's trying to guilt him with, oh, you're a disciplined guy and all these other features.
You should do this.
Why aren't you being disciplined in this situation? That's what I'm trying to explain to you guys. Never fall for that fucking trap because they will try to sit there and attack your masculinity for not doing what's right. Be a man of your word, right? But on the other hand, there's no such thing as a woman of her word because women reserve the right to change their mind at any fucking time. Let's say you be this fucking nice guy and she decides, you know what? I'm bored. I'm going to go ahead and divorce, which they initiate 80% of the fucking divorces, by the way. That's what the TradCons don't want you motherfuckers to know, right? And they're reserved the right to leave you at any fucking time that they want to, but they're not going to tell you that either. They're going to sit there and tell you be a strong man and have one girl and give her the world, etc. She can leave your dumb ass at any time and take all your money in the process.
We've seen it a lot, actually, recently.
Happens all the time.
Even in their same space, people are getting divorced. But that actually brought up a point for me as well. Women have a skill of self-sabotage. They literally tell you from the very beginning, you know what? I don't like your beard. Change it. You know what? This isn't going my way. Do it this way. And over time, things change in her direction, her agenda. And she said on the podcast, Justin, why didn't you or why shouldn't you have self-control over your urges? But like you said earlier, she could do the same thing as well for herself. But ultimately, we see all the time here in real life. Women say, oh, if you're not a real man, you're going to take care of the kids. My kids. You're a stepdad. If you're a real man, you would actually have control over yourself and become a better man. But ultimately, man, you're the man that has to decide for yourself what you want to do as a man. And if you don't decide for yourself, she'll decide for you. So it's what it is.